All right, thanks for joining us for today's webinar. Today's webinar is all about using social media to increase sales through your website. My name is Joe Knipp. I've been in web development for the last 15 years.
My name is Greg Webb. I am one of the lead consultants for Attracta over here, part of an SEO team that has successfully ranked over 10,000 sites in the last 4 years.
And we're going to give you just some insights on what you can do on social media for your website. So today we're going to focus specifically on increasing sales via social media. We intend to do a webinar series all about using social media for your business. But today, let's just focus on how you can really use social media to increase sales. We're going to cover Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, all of which you can drive sales in different ways. Before we get started, I do want to mention that we actually have a pretty cool service that can save you some time. We create social profiles on a large number of sites for you. You just give us your site name and a preferred username, and our team will set up profiles for you, then send you the passwords so you'll have access to them. That gives you a bit of an SEO boost also, because you'll get a link from each profile to your site. And if you're familiar with SEO, links are good for SEO, so it does benefit that way as well. But it'll also save you a lot of time in registering and creating profiles. It's pretty cool, and we'll post a link to that service below this video on our site. We will be posting this webinar on our site with links to everything that we talk about, any services we offer that may help you out with this. So let's get started with Pinterest.
All right.
So why is Pinterest important? And many of you might say, okay, I'm familiar with Pinterest, or you might even have an account, but you probably haven't considered using it to sell your product yet. And that's a bit of a mistake, and we'll talk about that in this series a little bit. And if you think Pinterest is all about just fashion and recipes, you're actually a little bit wrong about that. Everything from travel, sports, humor, and especially important products. There are a lot of subjects that get covered by Pinterest users, especially as the reach of the site grows. There's 17% of people in the US go on Pinterest once a month. We're getting close to 40% of internet-connected women in the United States are on Pinterest very, very often. 47% of online shoppers in the United States have purchased a product that they saw on Pinterest. So again, very important to have a presence on Pinterest for your products and for your brand. Also, the average Pinterest user has a household income of over $1,000 a year. So these are affluent people.
$100,000.
$100,000 a year. So these are affluent people who can, afford to, have expendable income and can afford to purchase these items. And then, in a comparison with Facebook, the average order from Pinterest is double of what the average order from a Facebook sale is. So Pinterest, very, very important there. Some must-haves for your Pinterest profile. You need to create a business account, not a personal account. You can convert an existing personal account to a business account. And Pinterest has added analytics for business accounts well, and that lets you track how your account is performing as far as how your sales are going through your account. You do have to verify your site. It's as simple as uploading a verification file. And then you want to make sure that you add the pin it button to all of your product pages. Add a description to each product. Most people don't, bother to change the description, but it's good to have a unique description of the product. And the pin it button is so, people can just simply click that button and they've pinned it to one of their boards. And it encourages people to, pin your products on Pinterest. Some advanced Pinterest integrations. We'll talk about rich pins a little bit. Rich pins are extremely powerful. You basically add meta tags to your site that tell Pinterest the price, the availability, and other details about the products. You could edit your pages by hand and add these tags in, but it's probably best to just use a shopping cart plugin that can automatically add the tags. We'll link to a few of those below the video. Again, we're going to post this on our website, so you'll be able to review this webinar and check out any links to any of the stuff we're talking about. We'll also link to instructions from Pinterest site on what you need to do once you've added the tag. So we'll explain this in depth further. With rich pins, when someone pins your product on Pinterest, everyone will not only see your product photo, but they'll also see your site name and icon. So you get more clicks. It's more eye-catching that way. Plus, they will see a live in-stock indicator. So this lets them know, you actually have this item available for purchase right now. It'll also display their current price of the product. Very useful that way. This encourages people to just click through and buy your product. And from our tests, a product with a rich pin is significantly more likely to get purchased through the Pinterest applications. The best part, though, if you ever run a promotion or a sale on your website, Pinterest will detect that automatically. So that's where this advanced integration, very, very important. It will alert anyone who's previously pinned your product that it is on sale. So imagine if someone sees a cool t-shirt that was pinned and then they repin it. Later, they'll get a notification letting them know, hey, this t-shirt is now on sale. The click-through rate comes back and buy from those notifications is astronomical. So again, very, very important stuff. Another cool thing about rich pins, if you add the meta tags to your site and people have already pinned your products, all of your previous pins become rich pins automatically. So those price drops notifications will apply to anyone who previously pinned items from your site, as well as future pins. Real quick, just an example of a rich pin. This is just kind of what it looks like here. You see there's extra information in here. Lets you know where you can buy it. It's in stock. That's the current price. All this great stuff here.
I actually have that chair at home.
Nice. And then price drop notification. Just give you an example of what that looks like here real quick. So it kind of shows you good news that, this thing that you've pinned here is now on sale for 15% less. So very, very useful stuff with the advanced Pinterest integrations. So running your Pinterest profile, you've got your products all linked up, with rich pin technology is all set up. You've got the pin it button set up. You're encouraging your visitors to pin your products. That's very important. But it's also important to run that business profile that you've created. You want to make sure that you're continually keeping that up to date and fresh for your users. Number one rule: don't make your Pinterest nothing but a dump of all of your products. It's perfectly fine to promote your products, but you need to work those in with other content that people will find engaging. So an example, if you sell office supplies and just post pictures of paper clips and pens all day, you're not going to make a splash doing that. One good way to encourage engagement is to create an inspiration board about your industry. For office supplies, you might make a board called Cool Office Toys, where you post pictures of Nerf guns and other fun stuff, even if you don't sell it directly, but you just make it fun, make it more engaging to your users. Or you might have a modern office inspirations, where you repin photos of modern offices. These types of really cool photos will get people interested in your boards, and then you can ease them into pins of the products that you sell. So again, create engaging content for your users, and then just kind of sprinkle in your products that you're selling there. The easiest way to do this is really just look for people who are already posting interesting stuff. Maybe people who are pinning pictures of cool modern offices, and just repin those. The people you repin from are going to take note, and they will likely start following your profile as well. That increases the likelihood that they will repin your products and lead to more sales due to the viral way that Pinterest displays popular items. But before anyone will pin anything of yours, you've got to make sure that you've got good descriptions for your pins, especially like your product pins. We already mentioned that Pinterest users aren't likely to change their product descriptions when they pin something, which is good news because it means there's a high chance that whatever you write will stick around with your link. Good, solid, original content. You want to make sure, just with anything else, with SEO, anything that you're doing, don't try to over-optimize it. Make sure that you're keeping it natural, keep it useful to your users. You never want to keyword stuff the description of your pins. Something like a description like cute and modern leather notebook is going to work a lot better than leather-bound executive notebook, notepad paper tablet, sale notepad paper with hashtags and things like that. We found that hashtags are falling from fashion on Pinterest, so be sure to use those sparingly too. You want to be very careful with how you're using hashtags. A lot of people, they discover the hashtag thing and then, just hashtag everything.
A little bit overboard.
Yeah. So just, be careful with that
Use
kind
it in
of
moderation,
stuff.
for sure.
So if you just spend a little time running your Pinterest profile every day and you grow your followers, you're going to build an army that will post about your products for you. And this could really, really pay off.
All right, so now I'm going to talk about Twitter, which is for many people kind of the Goliath of all the social networks, and it's a little bit intimidating because it is for tech savvy users and it does move very quickly. So if you don't stay up to date with Twitter, it's easy to get left behind. So this is great if you're selling a virtual product. It's not going to be a great fit for every single company out there, but if you have like an online subscription or a web-based service, Twitter is a great way to promote that. Now, a lot of Twitter users are not going to be like your core Facebook users. They're a little bit more tech savvy. They kind of know what's going on in the tech world, and for that reason, the age group is getting a lot younger for Twitter users too. So it's a great way to connect with a younger audience that's into their favorite celebrities and TV shows and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind when you're doing any marketing. Just know your target audience and make sure that you cater to them. Now, one thing about Twitter, just be prepared for a lot of noise. So this is because the average Twitter user is going to see thousands and thousands of new tweets per day. And the volume is just, it's ever increasing. It's a little bit overwhelming. So it's easy for tweets to sort of fall through the cracks and maybe not get as much exposure. So you just need to get in the habit of posting multiple times per day so that, the likelihood of your tweets getting noticed goes up a lot more. All right, so using Twitter for prospecting. This could be really good for prospecting in something that we call brand management. So, if you can search for recent tweets, you can look for people who are complaining about your competitors, because everybody loves to complain online, right? And then you can kind of go after them and maybe give them a discount for your own service. The people that are complaining about your competitors, it's a good way to get them over to your side of the ship. Now, another popular trick is to search for people who are tweeting things like, does anybody know where I can get cheap office supplies? Or does anybody know where I can, pick up a, stapler down the street or something like that? Any open-ended product related question. If you can find those and you can respond to those quick enough, those are great ways to get your brand out there, and it's a really easy way to make a conversion. Now, there's another thing that you can do, and that's again, just look for people that are unhappy with your own service and just follow up with them immediately. So this is a rule that you can apply to not only Twitter, but Yelp or any other place where people leave reviews or post their opinions on your service. Unlike Facebook, you can't just easily hide those negative posts and hope that the people go away, because on Twitter they have a very loud voice, and it's probably a lot better idea to respond quickly and publicly so that you can get your problems resolved out in the open before it goes viral. There's been a lot of cases of big brands out there that have kind of gone on the defensive when somebody was criticizing them, and it absolutely blew up in their face. So whatever you do, just avoid that. So another thing about Twitter, it is public. So this is great if you want to investigate potential leads. So if somebody signs up for a free trial for your service and you want them to convert over to become a paid user, then you can find them on Twitter. There's a lot of services that will take an email address and give you that person's matching social profile. And by the way, we will link to that below this video when we're finished, and you can investigate that a little bit further. But yeah, using a service like that is great. It's easy to find people and get an idea as to who they are based upon their profile and that sort of thing. Now, these people may have posted recently that they were having problems with a competitor of yours and they're looking for alternatives. So again, this is a really great way to reach out to them when the time is right, hit them with your sales pitch, and they'll be a lot more receptive to that and much more likely to convert to become a paying customer. Now, one other thing I want to mention is, looking at your competitors or potential partners. It's a great way to tell what's going on with them. Potential business partners, that is. It's really easy to monitor what's going on their side of the business. What kind of issues or complaints are popping up over there? What kind of products are they promoting or services? And you can pretty much use that to gauge when it's a good time to launch a full-on assault. Now, one thing that a lot of people have questions on, and maybe even some difficulty with this as well. It's just growing your Twitter followers, growing your audience. So beyond using Twitter for just prospecting and reaching potential clients, it's a great way to build up a base of followers that really care about your brand or your business. Now, one good way to do this is to look for people who are authorities in your industry. So let's go back to our office supplies example again, because it's so interesting. But it's probably good to go out and look for blogs where people are writing reviews on pens. Believe it or not, yes, that does exist. People are actually blogging about pens. So, find those people on Twitter and reach out to them. It's a great way to get them great way to get them interested in your brand. Now, obviously, you want to follow up with those people, but these people or sorry, not follow up, but obviously you want to follow them on Twitter. Now, a lot of people aren't automatically going to follow you back, but again, that's just because of the high level of noise on Twitter. There's so many people following and unfollowing every day. It's kind of difficult to keep track of that. So here's a trick. Try favoring one of these people's recent tweets, especially one that is relevant to your industry or your website. Now, these people will get an email saying your tweet was favored, and then it has a follow back button right there in the email. So, everybody loves to feel popular. This is when the message is going to really strike a nerve of that person, and the chance of them following you back is a lot higher if you favorite their tweet or something like that. So, the takeaway here is, you just want to you want to cast a very wide net and do this quite a bit. And we found that it's a really effective way to get people, with clout to start following you. And then hopefully they'll start retweeting the things that you post.
That's a great breakdown on Twitter. So let's get into YouTube a little bit. How can you use YouTube to sell products? And a lot of people would just skip over this. They kind of feel like it's a bit of a time-wasting site. So Pinterest is great for physical products. Twitter is great for virtual or online products, as well as, there's some great ways to prospect on Twitter that Greg has just touched on there. But now let's get back into YouTube. YouTube has a few tricks up its sleeve that we're going to cover real quick. The first one is that YouTube has real SEO value. Since Google owns YouTube, it gives the site top ranking for quite a few terms. You'll often notice that if you've searched through Google, a YouTube video will be part of the search results. And again, Google owns YouTube, so that's kind of how that happens there. Just having a link to your own site in the description of a YouTube video can do a lot for your own website's SEO. We found that those backlinks are very powerful. We actually have an inexpensive service where we will create a YouTube video and post it. And then we'll also include a short description and a link to your website. So again, we'll be posting all this information on the website, and there will be links below the video to any services, any helpful links that we've discussed here. So if that's something you're interested in, it'll be there. Another thing is YouTube videos appear with a thumbnail in those Google search results. So when you see YouTube video pop up, it's very clearly, that there's a video there. A lot higher engagement because of that, because people know, this is a video. It might explain this product or show me this product a little bit better. So YouTube really stands out in the search results. You can't get a picture next to your search listing any other way. So again, these videos, very eye-catching, very high engagement because of those thumbnails that Google puts in with these videos. Google used to let you put in the thumbnail for the other video service, but a few months ago, they've kind of locked it down, so only YouTube results are showing that video thumbnail and preview. A lot of power with YouTube there again. And finally, YouTube is great for brand awareness. You may have heard or you may never have heard of Blend Tech blenders, but chances are you're one of the millions of people that have watched the Will It Blend videos that they put on there. They throw, he just will it blend, and they put an iPad in the blender, they turn it on, and at the end of it, they determine yes, it blends, or no, it doesn't blend.
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
It usually always blends.
It usually blends. Those videos, again, hundreds of millions of views from just this guy's clever idea to take his blenders and just throw random objects in there and put it on YouTube. It's this company Blendtech probably was a niche product with very limited customer base, and now they have hundreds of millions of views, and Blendtech has become a little bit of a household name. So Just kind of an example of a creative way you can get into YouTube. So how do we sell with YouTube? Well, the biggest thing is that you aren't going to have any success if you just post videos of your product. YouTube, it's not for infomercials. You're not trying to create a commercial for your product. You need good, solid, interesting videos for people to actually sit there and spend their time watching it. If that blend tech video was just simply a video of their blender, it might have gotten 100 views, not 100 million views. So again, think of good creative ways to, how can I feature my product in a way that, is a little bit unexpected, and isn't just a sales pitch. You're not just trying to, ram your products down people's throat. You're just, trying to engage users with YouTube this way. What you can do is create informational videos. And let me show you an example of that coming up. Like support videos about your products. Instead of making a video showing your product package, open it up and explain how to use it. Obviously, this is only going to apply to certain kinds of products, but these videos can help your existing customers who are confused, but they can also give potential customers that little push or that little assurance about your product, and it really lets them see it, and it kind of has a hands-on feel to it. An example of that here is, and here's the Google search results page. Here's what I was talking about with YouTube having a little video thumbnail. When you see this page, obviously the product pictures stand out, but the next thing that stands out that's going to catch your eye is right here, this video. So we can take a look at, this is just an inflatable life jacket, and you see here, it's got 23,000 views just because it's a little bit of a how-to manual for that. So anybody who's bought this can jump on there and actually learn about it, or anybody who's kind of on the fence about this product can, watch this video and it kind of can reassure them that this is the kind of product they want. I'm not going to spend too much time on this video, but that just kind of gives you an example there. 23,000 views of this product just by doing kind of a how-to, how does it work kind of video. What I do?
I think that's about it though with how to sell on YouTube. Is there?
Yeah, so that's it. It's all about being creative. Try sending out free samples. Keep you don't have to film the video yourself. Things like that. Just be creative. Take your product and think, what's a creative, whether it's funny or interesting or just some kind of different way to showcase your product without it just being straight up sales pitch.
So yeah, those are really good points. I think that rolls over into how to sell with Facebook too. The whole takeaway from YouTube is, again, you don't want to just force the hard sell down. If people aren't ready for the hard sell, then definitely do not hit them with that. And it's good to just post things that are interesting, but not really so dialed into your products. And Facebook is sort of the same way. Now, Facebook pages are great for engaging with users. Now, obviously most people do have a Facebook page, so the audience is a lot higher than some of the other social networks out there. Now, one thing to keep in mind though, Facebook is going the direction of making product promotion pay to play, meaning in order for your ad to get any views, you are going to have to pay for some way to boost your post to make it more, to make it more exposed to your audience out there. So, there's definitely a large budget that you need for Facebook. Not really a large budget, but some, compared to some of the other advertising that you can do for free, this is a little bit more on the expensive side. Now, there are two ways that you can get around just having to boost your posts. One way to get around having to pay to boost your post is to use retargeting. Now, this is where you display your product ads only to people that have previously interacted with your website. And, for instance, if somebody was on your office supplies website and, they're checking out the latest and greatest staplers, then they're on Facebook and then they see an ad for, their Swingline new X2000 model or something like that, then chances are they're going to be a lot more open to clicking on that ad and purchasing the product because they've already been there on your site and they're familiar with it. So even if it's something as boring as a stapler, believe me, people are interested in buying that if they've already been on your website. Now, we did another webinar the other day on retargeting. So if you want to learn more about this, please look that up on our website. And it's a very powerful, inexpensive way to get some nice brand recognition out there. Now, the other way to get around having to pay to boost your Facebook post is increasing the edge rank of your post. Now, edge rank is Facebook's internal secret score that they give your page. Pages with higher edge rank show up more frequently on Facebook without having to pay to get boosted up. So, boost your edge rank, your pages will automatically go up as well. So, let's talk about how do you actually increase this edge rank. And there's a few different ways to do it, but the easiest way is to just encourage people to like, comment, and share your post. Literally ask them to do it. We do need a reminder sometimes that you should share the posts that are out on Facebook. So maybe post something like if you agree, comment if you disagree. That's just one common tactic that people use to increase engagement, and that in turn is going to increase your edge rank as well. So for products, there's a different way you can do it. You can try using share with 3 friends who would love this t-shirt, or like if your desk looks like this, or like if your office looks like this, or something like that. It's just a good way to increase engagement. Now, if you've ever seen Facebook newsfeed articles that say Joe and one other friend like Acme Corp, that's because that company has a high enough edge rank to allow their posts to appear to friends of people who've liked them. So you want to get to that point as well. So that's pretty much it. Just get people to engage with their brand, and the more that people do that, the higher edge rank is going to go. All right, so let's talk about running a contest on Facebook. So beyond increasing your edge rank and your reach with viral content, there's another way that you can promote your brand and your products, and that's by running a contest. Now, this works great because everybody loves the idea of winning something, right? Who doesn't want to win a vacation or a package or a free product or a giveaway or anything like that? So if you want to do a contest, you just need to add a contest app to your page. That's really all you have to do. Now, we recommend the app that's called Wishpond, and we will actually link to Wishpond below this video when we're done. But what this lets you do is create promos, contests, sweepstakes, literally any and all kinds of promotion that are tied to your Facebook page. That's what you can use this app for. Now, after you've installed the Wishpond app on your page, your users can be encouraged to like your page or sign up for your newsletter for a chance to win whatever contest you're doing. Now, we know that more likes equals more edge rank, and obviously that equals more visibility. So that's why running contests is a big deal, and it's a great way to increase brand awareness. Now, another thing that you can try, and this is what Wishpond supports as well, and that's by doing a photo contest or a vote contest. I'm sure you guys have seen these on Facebook before as well. But basically what you do is you just ask users to submit a photo for the contest. It could be either of themselves using your product or something like that. But one of your clients who makes sewing machines recently, one of our clients actually, they make sewing machines, and they did a contest on Facebook where they asked people to submit photos of what they made with their sewing machines. So there was some pretty creative submissions there, but again, that's just an incredible way to increase some engagement. Now, once you do get the photo submissions, you do need to encourage the submitters to get votes. So again, just make more posts on that, encouraging people to get their friends to vote. And again, this is going to increase traffic on your Facebook page, and the results are going to be more likes, more shares, and you guessed it, more edge rank. So beyond that, you can do a giveaway where people can enter to win your product, or even just give away promo coupons or discounts or something like that. Now, it really works, and users on Facebook have almost come to expect promo codes from the companies that they like and follow. So just keep that in mind. Promo codes, discounts, any sort of giveaways or contests, that is a great way to increase your brand awareness.
So that's kind of what we're touching on today with our increasing sales through social media. If anybody has any questions, please feel to dump them in the chat box, and we'll do our best.
Yeah, give us some real world examples too. So, if you have any questions on things that you can do to increase your social media presence for your brand, just let us know. We'll be happy to answer those questions.
One question here we have is, does our profile creation surface, do we create a Google Plus profile? It's a great question. The answer is unfortunately no, we do not create a Google Plus profile for you. And that is simply, and there's a handful of profiles that we just can't create because of account ownership issues. So what we're trying to do is create, a bunch of social profiles. Some of them aren't going to be, things that you're going to log into every day to update. It's more about, just increasing your brand's footprint, getting some links to your site. But what's great about it is you can also log into those and discover, you can use some of these tactics we've discussed with Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. Which ones fit on these other social social media platforms, and certain social media platforms are going to have a more engaged audience for certain different types of products. So hopefully that answers your question there.
All right. Do we have any more questions here?
It looks like that might be about it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us on this webinar. Hopefully you learned something. Now, again, you can go to our website at tracta.com. You can watch other webinars that we've done. They are pre-recorded, or sorry, not pre-recorded, but they're archived, and you can watch the recordings on the site. So if you need help with anything at all, do not hesitate to give us a call. We're here all the time, 888-639-8877.
All right. Thanks for joining us today.
Cheers. Bye.